Having learned the basic features of Kazakh relative clauses, in this video we will learn about expressing time in relative clauses and the certain types of them. In the last video we said that relative clauses expressed by the perfect participle gone can have a past time reference, emphasizing that the event happened in the past, whereas the relative clauses expressed by the present participle aten or eaten can have a general or future time reference, highlighting the events that usually happens or will happen in the future. In addition to the past and the future tenses, you can express the present progressive tense in the relative clauses. Present progressive tense refers to the events happening in the speaking moment. Example, I am speaking. I have made a video about progressive present tense in Kazakh. If you haven't watched the video yet, please check the description. As in the case of the finite predicate positions, the non-finite predicates of relative clauses can take the analytical phrase up plus auxiliary verbs otor, tor, jat, jur to signal present progressive events. Namely, the predicates of the relative clauses retain a main verb that takes the converb marker up, ip, or p, and an auxiliary verb otor, tor, jat, or jur that takes the perfect participle gone. For example, biz көріп отырған film қызық екен. The movie that we are watching now is funny. In this sentence, the predicate of relative clause is көріп отырған that contains the main verb kör, to watch, taking converb ip, and an auxiliary verb otur, inflecting with the participle ған. Ол істеп жатқан тамағын тастай салды. She has put down the food she is cooking. Here the relative clause is істеп жатқан тамағын, the food that she is cooking, and its predicate is істеп жатқан that combines the converbial main verb істеп and the participle auxiliary verb жатқан. The head noun is тамағын, where the noun tamak, food, takes the third person possessive suffix and the accusative case n, because the relative clause істеп жатқан тамағын functions as the direct object of the main verb тастай салды, put away. There are some more examples. Ана айран сатып тұрған келіншек біздің көрші. That woman over there selling yogurt is our neighbor. Айғайлап жатқан кім өзі? Who is that person shouting? Бұл біз күнде істеп жүрген шаруа. This is the work we are doing every day. Ана сөйлеп тұрған кісі кім? Who is that person speaking? Бұл қазір хит болып жатқан ән. This is the song that is very popular now. Бізге лекция сөйлеп жүрген апай бүгін келмепті. The teacher who is lecturing us hasn't come today. Depending on the occurrence of the head noun, a noun that is modified by the relative clauses, the relative clauses may or may not have a head noun, and thus two types of relative clauses are distinguished: headed relative clauses and headless relative clauses. In headed relative clauses, there is a head noun, which we have explored in the previous video. In the headless relative clauses, however, the head noun is deleted. For example, айтқандарыңды түсіндім. I understood what you said. Here, айтқандарыңды, what you said, is a headless relative clause. The head noun, söz, word, is deleted from the context, as it can be inferred from the context. In some literature, headless relative clauses are also called free relative clauses. The question now is how to construct the headless relative clauses. In fact, this is very easy. You need to delete the head noun and add the nominal suffixes, i.e. the plural suffix, possessive suffix, and case suffix to the predicates of relative clauses. For example, мен сенің айтқан сөздеріңді түсіндім. I understood the content of the words that you said. The relative clause senin айтқан сөздеріңді is a headed relative clause whose head is word that takes the plural suffix der, second person possessive suffix ing, and the accusative case the. In order to change it to the headless one, you have to delete head noun söz, words, and add the plural suffix dar, the second person possessive suffix ing, and the accusative case the to the predicate of headless relative clauses, so that we will have the new clause. Мен сенің айтқандарыңды түсіндім. I understood what you said. This is easy, isn't it? There is one more example of transferring a headed relative clause to a headless one. The headed relative clause мен бүгін жиынға келген адамдарды танымаймын. I don't know the people who came to the meeting today. The headless relative clause мен бүгін жиынға келгендерді танымаймын. I don't know those who came to the meeting today. The headless relative clauses can be translated into English using the relative pronouns those or what. I am going to provide a few more examples of headless relative clauses. Ертең Алматыға баратындардың тізімдігі қайда? Where is the list of those who are going to Almaty tomorrow? Әкемнің маған бергендері осы ғана. Those are the only things that my father gave me. Сенің алғандарыңды мен де аламын. I will buy what you have bought too. Мен операны ұнатпайтындарға қатты таң қалдым. I'm surprised at those who don't like opera. Сіздің айтқандарыңызда қате бар. There is a mistake in what you said. Сендердің кеше көргендерің осы ма? Are those what you saw yesterday? The relative clauses that are explained so far are based on verbal predicates. That is, the predicates of relative clauses are verbs. Example, мен көрген film, the movie that I watched. In addition to having verbal predicates, the relative clauses can have nominal predicates. Usually, the adjectives бар, there is, жоқ, there is no, көп, many, аз, few, or the modal words қажет, керек, both meaning necessary, can serve as predicates of nominal relative clauses. As for the structure of the nominal relative clauses, the participles gone and the eaten or атын do not appear in the predicate position. On the other hand, the nominal predicates do not take any suffixes, and they precede the head noun or modified noun. Example, кітабы жоқ оқушылар, кітабы бар оқушылардың қасына барып отырыңдар. The students who do not have books sit next to the students who have books. In this sentence, the relative clause is кітабы жоқ оқушылар, the students who do not have books, and its predicate is жоқ, there is no, and it is in the bare form. Similarly, the predicates of the second relative clause, кітабы бар оқушылардың, the students who have books, is бар, there is. Structurally, the nominal relative clause are simpler than those of the verbal ones. There are more examples of nominal relative clauses. Бұл араға көбінде отбасы жоқ адамдар келеді. Mostly the people who do not have family come to this place. Мүйізі жоқ сиырды көрдің бе? Have you seen the cow that has no horn? Ақшасы көп байлар шетелге барып қыдырады. The rich people who have lots of money travel abroad. Балаға қажет нәрселерді әкелдім. I brought the things that the kid needs. Маған керегі бұл емес. Those are not what I need. In this video, we have learned expressing the present progressive tense in relative clauses, headless relative clauses, and nominal relative clauses. I hope you liked the contents and thank you for watching.